Welcome back to Nintendo 64 Sub, and in today's video I'll be explaining why the Nintendo 64 is way better than the PlayStation 1.
What are you doing in my room, bro?
See guys, what we have here is the average PlayStation Glazer. But let me ask you a question, sir.
What?
What's better, PlayStation 1 or Nintendo 64?
It was a PlayStation 1 because the PlayStation 1 literally revolutionized gaming, and the games were insane, and you can also watch movies with your CD player, and also the controller design was just perfect.
The controller design. That brings us to our first reason. The PS1 had no analog stick, so it was hard to, look around. And some of you nerds might be saying that they had one later on, but it looks like an airplane controller.
The Nintendo 64 had a terrible controller too.
People just don't understand the meta. 3 prongs for different gameplay. And it was way ahead of its time for first-person shooter games, because if you use 2 controllers for, let's just say 007, you could control 1 character, and don't whine about 2 controllers on 1 character when the Wii, Switch, and Switch 2 also did it. People often complain about the Nintendo 64 not having CD-ROMs. The benefits for the CD-ROMs are being able to watch movies and holding more bytes. But let's be real, if you like movies, you want to be watching on a PS1. Yeah guys, I'm editing this video right now, and I just figured out PlayStation does not come with playing movies. So really, can you even really say that the PlayStation is better at this point? And the PS1 did hold more bytes, but did they look better? Hell no. N64 looks like peak. And the Nintendo 64 just had more power compared to the PS1. It has 64 bits, while the PS1 only had 32. And overall, the Nintendo 64 just looks like a way more premium with the black and other regions like Japan. Now, for the last reason the Nintendo 64 is better, the games. When you think of the Nintendo 64, you think of classics like Super Mario 64 and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, two of the best games on the console, but not just the console of all time. Over on the PS1's end, they had terrible exclusives. No Last of Us, and no God of War. They had Crash Bandicoot, and that's it. It just felt like Donkey Kong Country from Team. And the Final Fantasy games, just go back and play the SNES and play Mario RPG. And that's why the Nintendo 64 is just a way better console when it comes to the PS1. And don't get me wrong, the PS1 isn't a bad console. It's like a 2 out of 10. But the Nintendo 64 just beats it by miles. So, thanks for watching. And if you want more Nintendo 64 is better than content, then drop some suggestions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.